All right, hello everyone, and we have Toka here of Super Ghosts going into the playoffs, number two seed. They were tied with Beasts, however, they have the number two seed up against the Oaks. So Toka, what are your thoughts on your team so far? Do you think you'll win the championship? And would you say that the regular season was a success?
Um, Statistically, I feel like we will win the championship because we have Ozzy, Greg, Jakes, and yeah. But I do feel like we could have done way better in the regular season. That's my opinion on that.
So about the regular season, where do you think you could have done better in the regular season? Because obviously you won three out of four matches. So what could have happened?
The way we could have done better was just worked better as a team. We sold so many times just by Jake's team killing and being toxic and him fighting with Ozzy.
Speaking of Jakes and Ozzy have been arch enemies, and they've always been team killing each other. And obviously, there's been some very clear beef with them in almost every week. What are your what's going on with that?
Um, so I plan to buy out Jake's because of that. Because it's have if you notice, it's always Jake's team killing. Like even when he's on another team, he team kills. Like it's not just this team; he's done that too.
Mhm.
So, and I'm just tired of it because it just gets annoying. He sold us so many rounds, and we could have been finished with the game. Just like we've gone into set three just because of it. Like we could have been done in set two.
And do you think so? Would you say that Jakes improves your team? Like, obviously he's toxic, but would you say he improves your team, or is he straight up a liability?
I feel like he does improve our team, but there's also like that risk that he has sold our team so much, and then I don't want that happening in the playoffs. So I don't know. So for the playoffs, I'm gonna give him a few rounds, and if he starts team killing, then I'm just gonna tell you to sit him out.
So obviously, yeah, the buyout deadline has passed. So like, obviously, you're not happy that you can't buy him out. But do you think that there's still a chance for him, or is he straight up done after this season?
I'm not re-signing him after the season.
He's
No.
not being resigned. And alright,
Nope.
speaking of which, we'll talk about your opponent now. So Super Oaks. Do you think they're a good team? Do you think they have a chance against you? Or do you think they'll close it out, like you'll close them out in like just like a sweep or like in two days?
So we went against them last week, and we had three players, or three or four, and they had a full team. So I believe, and it went into set three with just three of us or four of us. So when we have a full team of five, I think we can beat them in two sets in 2 days.
So obviously, I'll talk about last week. So you've won every single game except against the team you'll be going up against in the playoffs. So last week, Oaks won. You took your first loss of the regular season. Do you think that game was a fluke because you had like so few players, or
I
was,
do.
was there like L like loss of chemistry?
I haven't seen the game. I didn't even really hear about it. I was busy. I was on vacation in Hawaii. So I don't really know how it went, but I just know we lost.
And do you think that's not going to like? Are you confident that's not happening this week?
No, that's not gonna happen. We have five players, and if anything bad happens, I'm sitting Jake out right away. And yeah, we're gonna lock in and tee up.
All right, you guys heard it here. Jake's is gone. Like this guy's no. He's not going to be a ghost next season, and he's going to have trouble getting on a new team because most team owners don't want him. So I personally made the statement, even though I'm a commissioner. I sometimes have my own opinions where I said whatever team Jake's joins, the team just becomes trash because of obviously we've seen it in Super Ghosts of toxicity. Do you think he'll have any problems with his next team, or do you think it's the same? He'll improve.
Um, if he can learn how to just be him, like play and just not care about dying and not being selfish, I feel like he has a good chance of actually being good and on a good team.
All right, and
But
then oh sorry.
no, you're good. But he's just selfish, and as soon as he dies, when like Ozzy tries to save himself, so he kills Jake because I feel like Ozzy is better. So I feel like Jake should die over Ozzy. So Ozzy TKs him, and then Jake gets mad because he says, "Well, Ozzy started it." And I was like, "Ozzy's trying to save himself. He's better than you." And then Jake gets mad because he's second of all time, apparently, in his opinion. if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. No, that's totally respectable. Evan, speaking of which, your team next season, while contracts are obviously expiring, you're going to be in a total cap mess. Like a cat, like you have five-star players everywhere. How do you plan to like mitigate that in the salary cap era?
So I'm gonna re-sign Greg and Ozzy, and they'll be 5 stars.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna re-sign I think he's a two, three,
Yeah, three-star, I believe.
so that'll be 13. And then I think Whistle's a 5 right now, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be 18. So my plan is to once the 4 months are up before the new season, I think it's right before the new season starts. I'm gonna buy out Wistile and re-sign him because he's currently signed a he's current is at a 3 star.
Hmm.
So when I do that, it'll be 5, 5, 3, and 3, which will be 16, and then I'm gonna sign Killer as a 2 star, and that'll be 18.
And then obviously in the future, Killer is projected to go up to like 4 or 5 stars. Do you think that's like a mess you'll worry about later, or is that like something you want to think about right now?
I do feel like it's something to worry about right now because it affects the future of the team,
Hmm.
and the future of the team is the best, like it's the most important part.
100%. All right, and like we'll see what happens on Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, there's 2 games scheduled with a possible third of the 22nd. Do you guys think that you'll need that third game on the 22nd?
No, I believe we can get it done too.
All right, you heard it here. 2-0 sweep for the Ghosts, and with that being said, Toka, I wish your team the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep.